Medical. The guy that invented the X-ray eugenics, the guy that invented the ventilators wasn't eugenics, the guy that invented the vaccines wasn't eugenics. So here's the thing. These two things. Okay. No, she's not that short. He's going to find her. Yeah, that's a
Yeah. More because of dying. There's more detail than MRI.
And that's for years, we've been trying to figure
But when he started rolling, they visited us.
and obviously.
Come over and try it. From 9:30 to Thursday.
Sherry's family lost him.
Everyone's going to look at pictures. Help him around. And then she told us 11:30.
Yeah.
No shirt. I mean, he's got down water. Careful, no shirt. No shirt. You know, oh.
Oh, yes.
Just tell me where we were waiting.
He's great.
Yeah. Well, is Isabel? No.
Isabel. Yes, I did.
Anyway, her passed away. But anyhow, which is fine. Yeah. I mean,
Yeah, you said, I can see that.
little old man.
Yeah. Even on the back, I'm not interested. Like, when you're getting out of the truck, is that why they don't get a slave from your leg? I'm going in by the. Oh, is it Thursday? So, I was outside, I was always worried about fall, but it's like come down or something.
Changed off. What's the very good job? Well, we're going to the doctor. Well, we have to go to Saturday. That's our 45 minutes.
Well, right, that's the paradigm shift. That's okay with Tara, they know her stuff out.
And we're on a list. We're off like we were.
Good to find her.
Oh, thank you, Margaret.
I would never sign up.
Oh, no, that's better. And you can't talk. say, and then beforehand, like, you know, oh, a little while we'll do this.
All I had downstairs was the bags. That's what heavy stuff.
We're still looking at it.
Please be seated. My name's David. I've been asked to officiate this service for Sheldon. I have to tell you, I was in the back, and I didn't know Sheldon personally, but there's no degrees of separation. I know a couple of his cousins, and it brings things much closer to home, right, when you know people of the departed. I was sitting in the back beforehand when people were gathering, and very sad. The emotion is heavy, you know. Not only are there connections between people that we know, but also connections of lifestyle that go back a long ways. And so I was back there thinking about folks that I've lost through the years to similar lifestyle as Sheldon, and my heart was breaking. And then what really starts to heal is when I hear laughter. And I came out and I was looking for all the aunties because I was in the back and I could hear the laughter and the healing power of that laughter. Once it starts to reverberate around, I really had to work at trying to cry again because there's just something to that. Now I'm going to read what his cousin Nicole wrote. Where did she go? Oh, there she is.
With the help of Sherry and Shaylin.
With the help of Sherry and Shaylin and probably others as well. With broken hearts, we share the passing of Sheldon Russell Conley, and we now celebrate his life. Sheldon was born in Moose Jaw, Saskatchewan on April 10th, 1991. He spent his childhood and teen years in Calgary. As a young adult, he decided to move to Kelowna in 2017. Despite the challenges faced, Sheldon found happiness in Kelowna, where he built a life and a community that meant the world to him. He never missed a chance to remind those of us in Calgary how much better the weather was on his side of the mountains. Yeah, he wasn't lying. No matter where life took him, Sheldon always had a special connection with his mama. Through every up and down, every move, and every challenge, she was his constant, his steady. She was always the person he turned to, the one who truly understood him. There was never a doubt in anyone's mind how much she meant to him. That love was loud, just like he was. Sheldon was unfiltered, full of music, and with a presence that couldn't be ignored. His days were spent singing and dancing, whether for himself or an audience. His love for Britney Spears, I have to say I love Britney too. Yeah. His love for Britney Spears, Amy Winehouse, and all things pop was undeniable. He also had a soft spot for trash TV. The Simple Life, Maury, Jerry Springer, and The Simpsons were on regular rotation, as well as Roseanne, which always made him laugh. And don't even get him started on his favorite movies. Save the Last Dance and Selena were top tier in his books, the kind that lit up his love for dancing and performance. He also adored Clueless, Crossroads, Pretty Woman, and Adventures in Babysitting, all classics in his eyes. I'm sure he wasn't alone. Those are classics. Sheldon had a flair for the fabulous, and he owned it. Sheldon lived life on his own terms, outspoken, wild, and unapologetically himself. His energy, his humor, and his unforgettable presence left a mark on everyone who knew him. Thank you all for gathering today as we celebrate his life. At this time, I would like to call up Jasmine to give tribute.
I met Sheldon before I moved to Calgary, and the first thing I noticed that he was just so happy, and he was like full of love and like life, and he loved to laugh. I moved to Calgary, and he quickly became one of my best friends here. He was so generous, and he was super funny. He literally would give you the shirt off his back if you needed something from him. For the longest time, I couldn't be alone, and Sheldon was one of my biggest supports in my life. He was always there for me, and he always offered support, and I just feel like I couldn't appreciate him more. sorry, Sherry, for your loss. My uncle. The last time I seen Sheldon, he was actually taking the last bus out of Calgary. It was Greyhound was going to shut down. And I took him all the way to the Greyhound, and I cried when he jumped on the bus because I just didn't want him to go. He was a big part of my life. Like we got really close. And I don't know, I just always thought I'd see him again. He was always saying that he wanted to come to Calgary and come visit, and just traveling is difficult, I guess. But Sheldon is a really good guy. He's one of the best people I could ever know.
And now, Sandy, if you would like to come forward.
Good day, everyone. I'm Sheldon's Auntie Sandy. Calls me his crazy auntie. I used to go on a lot of road trips, and my children live all over Canada. So Sheldon would accompany me from Brandon when he came there. And we went, he was really lots of good company on those road trips. He always tried to drive, though. When he came to Brandon and I met him, I knew that he existed at that time. I was just wondering when I would ever meet him. And when he finally came, I just couldn't believe how much he looked like his father. And it's just, the resemblance was uncanny. I know I'm going to miss him. I'm going to miss his phone calls. He was always phoning me and asking how I was doing and when are we going on the next road trip. Yeah. But I'm going to miss that young man so much. He called me a lot. We text messaged quite a bit. Showed me his room in Kelowna with the messenger FaceTime thing. So that was, he wanted to borrow some money so he could get some more posters. Really liked his posters. And we both enjoyed the same music, so that was a plus, especially on our road trips. I'm going to miss him. Sorry, Sherry. I'm sorry, my brother, for your losses.
Thank you, ma'am. At this time, I'm going to read something that was written by Sheldon's mom. The loss of Sheldon came as very devastating, shocking news. That's my eyes, not the paper. News to everyone who knew and loved him dearly. When I was pregnant with Sheldon, not me, but his mom, I remember people coming up to me asking if I was pregnant with twins. I get that too, actually. I reassured them there was only one baby. Sheldon was stubborn even before he was born. He was a week overdue, and there was no way I was going to have Sheldon naturally. So I ended up having to have a C-section. And when Sheldon finally arrived, he was 10 pounds, 7.5 ounces. Jesus. Sheldon was a very happy and busy baby. Before I knew it, Sheldon was crawling. And once he was crawling, he was on a mission. I remember after we moved from Moose Jaw, we were living in an apartment. Sheldon was an ongoing concern, as he was constantly learning to do new things, like taking off his diaper or opening the latch on the top of the door. There was a time, apparently, suddenly, where I was frantically looking everywhere for Sheldon, only to find him down the street at the police station, buck naked. When he saw me there, he instantly had the biggest smile on his face, so happy that I was there to pick him up with a new diaper. Growing up in Calgary wasn't all that bad. Sheldon went to school, met a lot of great friends over the years. Sheldon had a very big heart. Even when he tried to be mad at whatever it was he was mad at, he never stayed mad long. He didn't hold grudges with his family or friends. He'd give you anything he had if you needed it. Sheldon was a great son, big brother, nephew, cousin, and friend. One day Sheldon decided he was moving to Kelowna. It became his home away from home. He became a big part of a really great community of kids there where he felt he could really be his authentic self. As much as I always worried about my boy, he never wanted me to, of course, but I always did. I always loved the phone calls and chats and cherished the cards he sent me, never missing an opportunity to remind me that I was old. It's a son's like rite of passage, I think. I could count on Sheldon to cheer me up. He always made me laugh the way he could carry on about anything and everything. I'll always cherish the times Sheldon came home for a visit. We would watch one of his favorite shows, or Adventures in Babysitting, and perhaps Roseanne. Spending time laughing with Sheldon was a true gift. It was just us two for 4 years. Then we had Shaylin. You were so proud to be a big brother, and you loved her so very much. Then came Shane a couple of years later, which you enjoyed just as much as the first. And you loved your baby brother incredibly. And they loved you very much. We had a service for Sheldon in Kelowna on April 10th, as a way to still acknowledge his birthday. Sheldon would have been 34 years old. I will never forget his birthday, nor did I this year. I bought him a birthday card this year, as I always do. For some reason, he was always so surprised when he would receive a card on his birthday signed by me, Russ, and his brother and sister. This year, we brought the card, still signed by all 4 of us, to place it with him. Today, not only are we here to say goodbye, Sheldon, that I love you so very much. I'm lucky to have you as my first son and will cherish every memory I have. This is not goodbye. It's see you soon. Until then, I'll always keep you in my heart. I truly love you with all my heart and soul. You'll always be my boy. Love, Mom. That's enough of that. And this is from Shaylin, his sister, and his brother Shane. If you knew Sheldon, you knew he had his demons, but you also knew he was loud, flamboyant, funny, and completely unapologetically himself. Sheldon didn't care what the world thought he should be. He was going to be Sheldon. And if you didn't like it, well, he'd tell you to suck his big toe, and he meant it. It's a good thing I read big toe on there. As a big brother, he teased like no other. Wow. The name calling, the brutal commentary on our outfits, the dramatic size of judgment. The size of judgment. He was more like a big sister when it came to that kind of stuff. In fact, you may notice in the video tribute that in some photos, I have a big old gap between my eyebrows. I can't wait to see the photos. That's because my loving big brother told me I had a unibrow. Okay, where was I? So I did what any little sister would do. I fixed it. When he saw what I did, he nearly died laughing. Felt bad, but mostly laughed. And that right there sums up Sheldon as a big brother when we were kids. You could always hear music blasting from his room, and usually it was Britney Spears, Amy Winehouse, Spice Girls, or any number of those pop stars. I added that myself. You'd walk downstairs, and there he'd be, performing full out like he was headlining a concert. And the second he saw you watching, he'd be like, "Go away," and honestly, that's iconic behavior. Many of us wish we could sing in the shower the way Sheldon performed in his room. Have you ever heard that saying that we as people are just a mosaic of everyone we've ever met? Well, I guess I didn't even realize how much I'm like Sheldon until I sat down to write this. My comfort shows, The Simple Life, that 70s show, all the trash TV was his fault. That's fair. My favorite and only video game, The Sims, was because of him. My favorite artists, Amy Winehouse, Eminem, Selena, movies that feel like home, Crossroads, Coyote Ugly, Pretty Woman, they all came from him. They were his favorite. They were his favorites, and somewhere along the way, they became mine too. They are a source of comfort for me. He is a part of everything I love and find comfort in. Sheldon cared deeply. He listened when you talked. He saw people, and some might say that kind of sensitivity is a weakness. But for him, it was his greatest strength. He cared so much for his loved ones, and for his mom, for our mom, for his friends, for me and Shane. Even if we didn't always see it, he had his demons, but he was loved, and he loved harder. He was uniquely himself, and he lived life that way. For a long time, I thought of Sheldon as just my brother, not the big brother type who looks out for the family or protects you from life's chaos. He was a bit of a lost soul, wandering through his own struggles. Pardon me. But now, painfully, I realize he was protecting us all along. He stayed away because he didn't want us to see the pain he was in. He didn't want his world to bleed into ours. He still sent birthday cards, still checked in. He still let us know he was on our side, especially when it came to life's bullshit or dealing with our beloved mama. He always took our side, always validated our feelings, and always listened. And now I realize that was him being our big brother. That was him protecting us in the only way he knew how. And I'm so sorry he felt like he had to carry that alone. We hope wherever you are that you're finally free. Free from pain. Free from judgment and free from shame. I hope you're dancing to Britney and yelling, "It's Britney, bitch?" No, that's me. Sorry. And yelling at people to get out of your room. There we go. I hope you know, I think I kept reading this over and over expecting it to say, "I'm Britney, bitch." To get out of your room. I hope you know how much you were loved. How much you are loved. Wait for us, okay? There's a penalty for making me cry too much. I just want you to know that. Wait for us, okay? We won't say goodbye, but we will see you later. We'll see you again, big brother. And at this time, thankfully, I am going to sit down and we are going to watch the video tribute. Thank you very much.
Another day has gone. I'm still all alone. How could this be? You're not here with me. You never said goodbye. Someone tell me why. Did you have to go? Leave my world so cold. different. There's an emptiness. Oh, I'll be dancing in the sun, and I'll be singing in the angels' choir, and I hope the angels know what they have. I'll bet it's so nice up in heaven since you arrived. So tell me, what do you do up in heaven? Are your days filled with love and light? Is there music? Is there art and invention? Tell me, are you happy? Are you more alive? 'Cause here on earth it feels like everything good is missing since you left. And here on earth everything's different. There's an emptiness. Oh, I'll be dancing in the sky, and I'll be singing in the angels' choir, and I hope the angels know what they have. I'll bet it's so nice up in heaven since you arrived, and I hope you're dancing in the sky, and I'll be singing in the angels' choir, and I hope the angels know what they have. I'll bet it's so nice up in heaven since you arrived, since you arrived.
Hey there now, where'd you go? You left me here so unexpected. You changed my life, I hope you know. 'Cause now I'm lost, so unprotected. In the blink of an eye, I never got to say goodbye. Like a shooting star, flying across the room, so fast, so far. You were gone too soon. You're part of me, and I'll never be the same here without you. You were gone too soon. You were always there, like a shining light. On my darkest days, you were there to guide me. Oh, I miss you now. I wish you could see just how much your memory will always mean to me. In the blink of an eye, I never got to say goodbye. Like a shooting star, flying across the room, so fast, so far. You were gone too soon. You're part of me,
I'm going to try to do something now, but... Wow, what a life in a short amount of time, eh? I don't have many words after that, and after listening to the tributes. I do recognize, though, that much like myself, Sheldon struggled with many things. Sometimes this world tries to crush the good and the individual out of each of us. And I believe Sheldon was Dene, if yes. And I know this world has tried to kill that part of folks. I know that that is a part of our world today, as much as it has been in the past. And that in order to be authentic, you have to almost be willing to put yourself on the chopping block. No matter where you come from, authenticity brings trouble. And the more authentic, depending on where you are, will depend on how much trouble you see. Unfortunately, I've done way too many of these services for folks Sheldon's age and younger, and some older. And I've done some who have been clean and sober. And the reality is the same for all of us, is that everyone deserves love. Everyone. From myself who was drinking, whether I stopped drinking, I still deserve love. Whether I kept drinking, I still deserve love. Now, not all of us get a chance to stop. We just don't get a chance. And I'm not going to say that that's because someone does something right or wrong, because that's not how this works. I've seen people do this recovery thing as right as they can do, and they don't make it. And I'm up here talking about them as well. Because as humans, we don't know how long we have. We don't get a chance to figure out, we're going to make it. Now, every time I went and picked up drugs back in the day, not once did I think this is going to be my last time. Every time I knew I was going to be okay, until I'm not. And that's not because someone made a choice that I didn't make, or that other people didn't make, or that other people don't make each day. Some of us get a chance to stop. That's the way it is. What I've seen through the 20 years of my process with this, with grief ministry and working with folks through grief, it makes no difference. Because when we pass, the people who are here miss us. They love us. Now, some people, what we want to do in our grief is we want to try to figure it out. We want to try to figure out a way that it'll make sense to us. I could not make sense of a young person's death, so I won't try. I will simply say that Sheldon obviously lived as authentically as he could, given his circumstances. Now, I wish, like everyone here wishes, that he would have had one more shot, right? Like, I can't say that I don't. But I'm also grateful now that you've all invited me to know Sheldon. You see, as I was sitting at home reading what was written, thinking about what Nicole had told me about Sheldon, all I could think was, that's me. That's me a minute later, 20 years ago, maybe 5 minutes later. Back when I was picking up drugs off the street, there was no fentanyl in it. You got what you paid for. Now, it's a roulette shoot every time. And I have friends who still use drugs because they're my friends. It doesn't matter, right? But of course I worry about them because I know what's out there in terms of what's on the street. So this isn't Sheldon's fault. Sheldon didn't go out and use drugs and think, I'm going to die tonight. I don't believe it. Not from what you've all shared with me about Sheldon. What I believe is that Sheldon was doing what I did 1,000 times, what other people did 1,000 times. And somehow we walked away. Now, of course, in the years since then, my brain has tried to tell me that was me who did it. That somehow I stopped myself from getting there. But what I've actually seen in 20 years is that that's not true. I didn't do anything. What happened were the circumstances presented themselves based on privilege, based on all kinds of things. That's what happened. It wasn't that I was better than anyone else or worse than anyone else. It's that this, using drugs and drinking, mine was drinking and morphine, using drugs and drinking simply allowed me to carry my pain forward, and do nothing else with it. Until I could stop, that was my path. But since then, I have been up here and I've been sitting where you sit with friends who've lost their lives and lost their struggle. Not once have I thought that my friends didn't do all they could. But it's because I've come to understand that a person can do everything right, and there's still no chance for some folks. And that's not because they did something wrong. It's not because they were living poorly. We've all made choices. And I've made so many choices that could have got me right up here. And that's probably, I lost my train of thought. And that's probably Sheldon telling me to shut up. I take my cues from the living and from those beyond as well. I know he's here. He was here as soon as I walked in. He's here in your tears, your sacredness of your tears, your laughter. He's here in your hearts and your minds. And honestly, he's here all around. I didn't know him personally, but I feel him today. I felt him the other day. And I know, because I've done this enough, that I'm going to feel him moving forward because of your love, because of all of your presence here, despite how uncomfortable it might be. And obviously, grief is not comforting. It can be very hard. But that's why we come together. At this point, I want to come close to closing this because I don't want to talk too much anymore now that I'm starting to talk in circles. I just wanted to leave you with this because I believe this was a message that Sheldon has left for us. As we leave here today, may you each find a way to be your most authentic selves, just as Sheldon tried to do. May your laughter bring all of your tears into the light from that darkness. At this time, I'm going to read a poem, I believe.
Well, it's a part of a song.
Oh, it's part of a song. Brave Soul by Elenium. Is that?
Sheila? Yes.
Yeah? Right on. Here's to your brave soul. You fought, but you lost hold. Now I'm alone to face the truth. You left me broken, shattered to pieces. And how can I go on without you? And I know you're shining ever so brightly. Won't you lead me through the night? Here's to your brave soul. I'm trying to go on without you. From now on, I'll sing the songs that'll keep you in my memories. And at this point, I'm going to read a prayer that I found online, so I apologize for taking my phone out. I'm just going to update Facebook real quick. I'm just kidding. It's a Lakota prayer, a Lakota Sioux prayer. And it just came to me as I was thinking about Sheldon. O great Spirit, whose voice we hear in the winds, whose breath gives life to all the world, hear me. We need your strength and wisdom. Let us walk in beauty and make our eyes ever hold the red and purple sunset. Make my hands respect the things you have made, my ears sharp to hear your voice. Make us wise so that we may understand the things you have taught our people. Let us learn the lessons you have hidden in every leaf and every rock. Help us remain calm and strong in the face of all that comes towards us. Help us find compassion without empathy overwhelming us. We seek strength, not to be greater than our brothers, but to fight our greatest enemy, ourselves. Make us always ready to come to you with clean hands and straight eyes, so when life fades as the fading sunset, our spirits may come to you without shame. You are all invited to join us for a reception in the other room after.
I know we're good.
Sheldon would say, let's get crack-a-lack.
Would you please stand?
Hey Dad, what's up? Miss you so much. Yeah, the shade of your hair has changed, but I look up to you